600-pound life can be filled with a lot of nastiness, nasty attitudes, nasty houses, nasty hygiene habits, mainly due to a lack of mobility and a lack of fucks given. Sometimes you can smell the dookie and despair through the screen, but no one beats the heavyweight champion, Jeanne Covey, queen of stink and sass.
So I have to use a portable toilet to go to the bathroom. And I even need help with that because I can't even wipe myself anymore.
She's not able to do anything. Had I known that she would end up like this, I would have never had her.
There were people over there on the grass staring and pointing.
I hate people. I hate people.
If everybody minded their own business, then people like me wouldn't feel like the way we do.
Oh, this really looked bad. Very badly infected. How long has it been like that?
A few months.
But she's not washing her every time she uses the bathroom. So there is feces on the back of her leg and in the cracks and her sores.
When you said you gained back 29 pounds.
I didn't get fat overnight, and it's not gonna take a couple weeks or a month or whatever. Everybody's different. Dr. Now isn't being fair at all, but I'm going to prove him wrong. And then I'm going to shove my progress in his face, and it's going to feel really, really good to do that. The sheriff's told me that my dad, in fact, was deceased.
With hair so greasy you can't light a match around her, a house so diabolical that this damn well could have been an episode of Hoarders, and hygiene habits that were so bad, Dr. Now was convinced that her lack of hygiene would kill her before her weight did.
You two have to take better care of yourself. So I'm gonna arrange for medical transport and get you both in the hospital to find out the extent of what's going on with you both before y'all's poor hygiene kills you.
Jeremy Jeanne is what I call her, and her sidekick Moldy Mama made this episode unforgettable. So in today's video, we are breaking down every scene of Jeanne's episode from My 600-Pound Life. If you're new here, my name is Momo, Professional Internet Menace. I do raw, unfiltered commentary that some may find offensive, because I too suffer from a lack of fucks I have to offer. Now, if you like that commentary, go ahead and subscribe and like the video, because if not, my manager Nova is coming for those cheeks. Also, for anyone who is new to my channel, note that I usually have my face cam up here giving you guys a whole show, but I'm in the middle of a big move right now and some other projects. Just know that this voiceover is not my usual format. Now, without further ado, let me tell you the tale of Jeremy Jeanne. So we see this raggedy ass trailer in the middle of nowhere looking like the house from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Pack of strangly looking dogs who look like they have never seen a vaccine in their entire lives. And it cuts to Jeanne flinging her eyes open, sitting on a pull-out chair.
I hate my life.
Looking dingy as hell. Everything about this woman just automatically screams dingy.
I feel like I'm living the same miserable day over and over again. I'm hardly able to move because of my size. So most of the day I can't even get up from my chair. And when I do, I'm not able to go far.
Clothes are yellowed, teeth yellow, even her damn glasses are yellow. Jeanne claims that she can't make it to the bathroom, so she has a portable toilet right next to her, like 12 inches away from where she sleeps.
So I have to use a portable toilet to go to the bathroom. And I even need help with that because I can't even wipe myself anymore.
Mom? Yeah, I gotta go potty. Can you help me, please? Yeah.
It's so humiliating to be almost 40 and rely on my mom and dad to do everything for me because I've become such a burden to them. Especially my mom, because she has to clean me every day.
That portable toilet looks like it's been through hell and back. I'm really hoping them stains around it is just rust and not what I think it is. But as we go through this episode, I think we'll come to the conclusion on what's going on with that toilet, okay? But then Jeanne claims that she can't wipe her own booty. All right, so here comes Mama.
Especially my mom, because she has to clean me every day. A couple years ago, I got too big for our shower, and I fell, and it took hours to get me out. It was absolutely terrifying.
Now, Mama looks just like everything else in this house. Dusty and worn the hell out. Jeanne gets up from the toilet and bends that ass over, and her mama has to get behind her and deal with that crusty crack Jeanne has back there, and I feel bad for her. And now it's time for Mama to wash her up.
My mom bathes me from a bowl and a washcloth because it's very important. I try to stay as clean as I can, and I can't let them get infected. Especially the area under my stomach, because of how it hangs down and rubs against me there. And on the back of my legs, because as I have gotten bigger, a growth has formed on my right leg, and it's constantly rubbing against me and always bleeding.
She's just gonna lay her stink ass back there on that stink ass bed, and Mama is gonna bring a bowl of water, sets it on the same toilet that Jeanne just blew up, and calls herself washing Jeanne up. All this is doing is spreading around the stink. Even the dog looks disgusted.
My body just can't take it. And every day it seems like I can do even less. And the pain of trying to move around is worse. And I'm so scared that soon I'm not going to be able to even stand.
She puts on some fresh raggedy ass clothes and damn near keels over trying to get back in the chair. I mean, Jeanne is in rough shape, boy.
And I'll be immobile and completely stuck in this chair. And I don't know what's going to happen at that point. So I know I can't keep going like this. And my body is going to start to really give out soon if I keep getting bigger.
Mom tells Jeanne to let her know when she's ready for breakfast, and Jeanne is immediately like, "Now, please."
Let me know whenever you want breakfast.
Now, please. I'm happy as long as I keep eating. Ever since I was a child, I knew I could use food to escape whatever it was I was dealing with when things got really bad.
Mama, why did you even sit your old ass down knowing damn well she's gonna want breakfast ASAP? She wanted breakfast 15 minutes ago. She was thinking about sausage while she was shitting. Mama cooks up something in this dirty ass kitchen, and Jeanne is just sitting there shaking her grody ass toes in the air, okay? Spreading her foot air around. She just can't wait to eat.
I always worried about her weight because I was a heavy child. So I was trying very hard to try to keep it under control because I didn't want her to have to go through what I had. I did everything I could think of. We drank diet soda. I took her to counseling. I took her to nutritionists, dietitians. But none of that helped. That she kept gaining the weight.
Mom brings her this massive plate of breakfast, potatoes barely done. I mean, there's no brown, crispy edges on it or anything. And Jeanne, who's probably already swollen to high hell because of the fluid retention, has the nerve to douse the plate in salt.
I was constantly afraid growing up. And there were a lot of reasons for that. And my dad wasn't a part of my life growing up. So to support us, my mom had to start working 2 jobs.
The whole room, the whole house is just covered in dirt and debris. The AC is dirty, the walls are dirty, the bedding is stained up, the dogs are scratching and shit, fleas and dust mites probably tearing their asses up. And as she is grubbing, we get the backstory. Now, apparently Jeanne's parents were separated and dad wasn't in the picture, so mom had to work a lot to provide. And Jeanne spent most of the time with her grandma, okay, who Jeanne claims was evil.
And my dad wasn't a part of my life growing up. So to support us, my mom had to start working 2 jobs. And we moved in with my grandmother to have someone look after me while my mom was at work. But my grandmother was extremely abusive to me. She would spank me with metal coat hangers or extension cords. There's been times I had bruises from my neck all the way down.
Jeanne said that the grandma used to tear her ass up every chance she got. The grandma would hit her with anything she got her hands on, wooden spoons and extension cords and shit. So Jeanne said to get revenge on evil grandma, she started stealing, hold on. So Jeanne said to get revenge on the evil grandma, she started stealing the grandma's sodas and snack cakes and peppermint candies out of her purse and shit, right?
But I think my weight problem started with my grandmother because she was so mean and hateful, and I didn't have a way to get back at her except for stealing her sodas. No one was ever to touch her sodas. So I started to sneak them and drink them as a small bit of revenge, and that felt really good. But that kind of grew from sneaking sodas to sneaking snacks and junk food.
Anyway, Jeanne claims that this started her bad relationship with food, and then unfortunately she was SA'd by one of mom's boyfriends.
My mom had started dating someone then, and he molested me. It was only a one-time thing, but the one time did damage. So I just, with everything else, I just pushed that down and, just dealt with it as best as I could. And food was what helped me do that. Because when I ate, I felt better.
Which is obviously horrible, and a lot of people on this show has gone through very similar experiences, and they all say that this was a huge catalyst to their food addiction. So let's keep that in mind and give her some grace. But the problem is, okay, here's the problem. The problem is now that Jeanne is almost 40 years old and still uses the victimhood and the victim mentality as her excuse for every damn thing, okay? Everything. Now, Jeanne said that grandma got worse and came up with new ways to punish her, like making Jeanne smoke cigarettes.
And that's when I really started gaining a lot and my weight doubled. And I got up to over 200 pounds by the time I was 9. And that weight gain didn't slow down or get any better because things just continued to get worse at home as my grandmother got meaner. She started to come up with new ways to punish me. One form of punishment from her was smoking cigarettes. So she'd make me smoke as a kid.
Now, I'm not calling Jeanne a liar, all right? But this was the first statement I gave the side eye to. Smokers don't like wasting their cigarettes, okay? Like, if the grandma didn't want to give her a soda, why would the grandma waste some damn cigarettes on this little heifer?
So my childhood got harder and harder. And that continued until right before I started high school. Because when I was 13, my grandmother died. And after that was when I finally had the courage to start telling my mom some of the things that had happened to me.
I was away from home 13 hours a day. I found out later that my mother had been physically beating Jeanne with the wooden spoons that hang on walls and things. It was extremely bad, and I didn't realize that.
When I told my mom about the abuse and everything, she said she was so sorry she never knew.
The mom said that she was gone for 13 hours a day. She didn't know what the hell was going on. And even though the mom apologized and validated Jeanne's feelings on it, that didn't stop Jeanne from eating. And at 15, she reached 350 pounds. At 15.
It was nice to finally be able to tell her. But the pain I had from everything was still there. I didn't really see any way to deal with that except with food. So I just continued eating like I was and getting bigger. And that made high school really, really hard because I was over 350 pounds by the time I was 15.
Oh, and by the way, just so we can keep track, while she's telling the story, okay, the mom goes and gets Jeanne a big ass fast food meal to eat in her chair. So that's the second supersized meal that we have seen. Just keep that in mind. Now, because she was over 300 pounds, she had trouble getting around the school, and the kids were bullying her, probably saying things like wide load when she came down the hallway. So she dropped out when she was 17.
So I was having trouble doing what I needed to get to all my classes. And the bullying had started because of my weight. So by the time I was 17, I had dropped out because I couldn't take it anymore. And I was really depressed at how my life was. But that all made me just want to eat more. So I got bigger, and it made the problem worse and worse.
By the way, is it just me, or does Jeanne have the same damn glasses on from when she was a teenager? No wonder they're all yellowed up. These are the same damn 20-year-old glasses. She says that she couldn't work or do anything because of her size, so when she reached 500, she immediately got on that sweet, sweet disability.
And I tried to get a job and work and get my GED, but it was too hard at my size. And as I got into my 20s, my depression got even worse. And I put on another 100 pounds really quickly. And when I hit 500 when I was around 23 is when I went on disability, because I was starting to have a hard time getting up and doing anything. And it was just impossible for me to work. But thankfully, that really helped to allow my mom to slow down and not work as hard, since we now had some income coming in to help. So she was able to start staying home some more to help me out, since I was starting to have a lot of trouble taking care of myself.
Then the dad came back in the picture. Now, Jeanne says the Lord spoke to her one day during a sermon and told her to forgive her dad. And this mofo took that as an opportunity to just move the hell in.
And that's the way it was for a while, until my dad moved back in with us when I was 29. My weight was around 600 at that point. And one Sunday, after hearing a sermon about forgiveness, I came home afterwards, and I felt the need to finally call my dad to forgive him for not being a part of my life and not being there to protect me.
Jeanne was 28 years old when she called me. I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, and she said she forgave me, and that just broke my heart, you know.
This bitch looks like he just crawled out of a cave. This dude looks like he takes PCP and harasses people while they're trying to pump their gas at the gas station. He looks like the type of dude I lock my car doors around. So he gives Jeanne a whole thing of chocolate cupcakes.
Finally had the chance to get repaired. And my dad has been back with me and my mom for the past 10 years, but it still didn't change the past. So my eating didn't change. Except I think I eat more now than I did then, because my life over the last 10 years has completely become my house. I'm so big I don't even know what I weigh. And I can't even function anymore.
So she eventually says that she's done. She's left a few cupcakes in the tray. And I'm thinking, okay, she's finally full. But no, she just didn't want to spoil her damn dinner. Because the next thing you know, they're bringing in Pizza Hut.
I hate my life now. Because I'm not even living. I feel like I'm just sitting here taking up space, like a piece of furniture.
There you go. I'll go get some plates.
Okay, thank you. My mom was hospitalized a year and a half ago because she had a ruptured colon and her system was septic.
I don't know what this heifer's daily sodium intake looks like, but it's probably enough salt to kill a horse. This girl probably eats so much salt she has gout up to her knees. The mom says that if she knew her daughter was going to turn into this, she would have never had her.
She doesn't drive. She's never been able to drive. She's not able to do anything. Had I known that she would end up like this, I would have never had her. Not because I don't love her, but because I would have rather died than have her live like she's living.
If she knew that she was still going to be wiping her daughter's ass at 40, she would have got a coat hanger and a bottle of whiskey and called it a day. because Mama is already fighting her own health issues, Pops is fighting demons in his head, and they both have to take care of this large, lazy-ass lowlife.
My mom was hospitalized a year and a half ago because she had a ruptured colon and her system was septic. So they did emergency surgery. And now she's been struggling with her health again. And I feel like it's because of the stress and strain I cause her every day. So I just feel like this burden to everyone. So I have to do something. Part of me is scared to reach out for any help because I don't want to find out it's already too late for me and that I'm just too far gone. But no matter how scary it is, I have to try and get help. And if I don't do it soon, very soon I'm going to go to sleep and I'll never wake up again. So I know I have to do this now because I'm running out of time.
So now it's time to go see Dr. Now, and y'all know how this goes. They're about to head off. It's a 4-hour drive, but Jeanne is already in a pissy mood. She's anxious, she's angry, she hasn't even left the house yet. She's still sitting in the chair, and she got an attitude about it.
I'm really scared right now because my mom and I are going to try to go to Houston and see Dr. Now. We have an appointment today, but I have to make the 4-hour drive to Houston to go see him.
How are you feeling?
I don't feel good. Really angry. Just want to get this over and done with. Dad!
Coming. Do you want me to start packing?
Yeah, baby, would you put that in there? I'm just hurting.
I know I have to get help or I'm not going to be alive much longer. So I have to try and do this.
Jeanne said that she needs a cigarette before she gets in the car because her nerves are bad.
And now that it's time to go, I'm starting to get really overwhelmed. I need to be able to have a cigarette before I can get in the car because I'm starting to really stress.
I don't want any smoke in the car because I'm allergic to it.
You do whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Girl, you either need to quit smoking or wash that oil out of your hair, because right now you're a cigarette away from burning this damn fire hazard of a trailer down. And I'm starting to doubt the grandma story more and more about the cigarette. I think Jeanne just started smoking the grandma cigs when she was a kid. So she walks to the car about to pass out.
She can't move the car up any.
Y'all, is that boo-boo in the back of her pants? I know this car is about to smell like sewage and sadness.
I love you.
Love you. But I'm glad I'm at least able to fit in the car. But I have to be like this all the way to Houston.
They head off. Jeanne is leaned back in the seat but still somehow crammed in the car. And I just know in my spirit that this is gonna go bad. Like, this whole episode is just gonna go bad.
This is hard for both my mom and me because she has been struggling with her health too. Thank you for taking me. I know it's a lot for you.
For my baby, I have to do this for you. Are you doing okay?
My butt's starting to hurt.
I know, honey. I don't know what to do to help
There's
it.
nothing you can do. We need to stop so I can open the door and stretch a little.
So they stop at a gas station because Jeanne needs a break. She's snapping at people, all mad because she got herself to the size of a smart car and now she has to drive 4 hours to try and get some help.
Bathroom right there. And I'll just stay in the car.
No, you need to
I'm
go.
not getting out here. I don't really have to go right now. I just want a cigarette and I want to try to calm down because I'm getting really anxious.
Get me a soda, a really big one, please. I need something with sugar to help my nerves.
Then this dummy is gonna light up a cig at the gas station like her hair doesn't have enough oil in it already. Soda and cigarettes. I mean, that's her main poisons right there. Apparently people at the gas station were staring at her, probably because there's a fucking camera crew filming her. And this just sets Jeanne off.
I'm in so much pain right now. I don't know how I'm going to make it 3 more hours. I can see people already staring at me and probably making comments about how big I am. So I'm just not getting out because people are jerks.
There were people over there on the grass staring and pointing, just like I told you. And this lady just drove by and slowed down and just stared at me.
I hate people. I hate people.
They think that having some kind of disability, that it's funny, you know, because they're normal or whatever, you know, but karma's a and it will come back on them. But I try my best not to let them get to me. But when they're sitting over there talking and walking around and everything, I want to tell them, if you want to take a picture, take a picture.
Girl, first of all, who you really hate is your damn self. And that's apparent with the way you have ruined your own body and life, okay? And don't you try to say that this is all a damn disability. I don't care how much you get on that disability check. You might have a food addiction, but you weren't born the size of a horse and buggy. No, you worked really hard to get here, Jeanne.
This is why I'd rather stay home. People have no compassion, no sense of humanity, no morals, no nothing.
No humanity? You're the one sitting here looking less and less like a human each day.
If everybody minded their own business, then people like me wouldn't feel like the way we do. Just throw us in with the lepers.
So we wouldn't even fit in there. We'd be a leper and we'd be fat. People are ignorant. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, today is just not the day for me to deal with it, honestly. Choke Thursday.
It's what?
Choke Thursday.
Well, then I'm glad you didn't get out of the car, because I don't have enough money to bail you out.
Probably just put me in the zoo with the rest of the animals.
And all they did was stare at your big ass. She acting like they drove by and made whale noises at her. Anyway, they get to Dr. Now's office. Jeanne looks like she doesn't even want help. She is busting her ass trying to get into the office, okay?
My legs don't feel good. Oh my God.
She has blood and shit all in the back of her pants, and she's gonna sit down in one of Dr. Now's good chairs, just desanitizing the whole medical building.
Are you okay?
I hurt.
I know there's blood on the back of your pants from your leg.
This is my last chance to have any type of life.
So if Dr. Now says there's nothing he can do for me, then I know it'll mean I'm beyond help at this point. And the only option I have left is to just go home and wait to die.
Clearly, she didn't take a bath to go see him. Sour ass titties swinging everywhere. Her hair got enough grease in it to fry a batch of chicken. I'm sorry, that's the last joke about her hair. I just couldn't get over it, guys. Like, the more I looked at it, the more I couldn't get over it. And I'm just pissed off at this point. She weighs in at 702, and I was like, damn. No wonder she's huffing and puffing so bad.
But I'm scared because I have no idea what he's going to tell me or say. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to hold on.
This horrible segment number.
It'll be okay. You can do this.
I'm so disgusted in myself. I can't believe that it's this bad. But seeing that number and how high my weight is, I know there's no way it can get worse without my body giving out.
Dr. Now comes in to see them. He's trying to be nice. And Jeanne admits that she doesn't do any activity besides shoveling a few feet over to her bedside commode.
Hello, how are
How
you?
y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes, fine, thank you. All right, I'm Dr. Nizardan, and you're Jeanne?
Yes, sir.
All right, you weighed 702. Have you been overweight all your life?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for activity?
I don't do anything. I can get up, move maybe 3 feet to use my bedside commode, and then go back to my chair.
So your situation is extremely critical. How do you get your food?
They bring it to me.
Who's they? Who lives with you?
I live with my parents, my mom and my dad.
So Dr. Now asks her why she eats like a silverback gorilla, and Jeanne immediately initiates the sob story. Oh, I was abused, I had an evil grandma, blah blah blah, but she thinks weight loss surgery is a solution.
So your parents give you the food and you just constantly eat?
Yes, sir.
And why do you eat all day?
I was molested as a child. I was beat with metal coat hangers by my grandmother. I thought I wasn't good enough. My grandmother used to tell me I was a failure and I was worthless. And
so how do you think we address that?
I think getting the weight loss surgery, I think that would help.
What is the problem that you think the solution is weight loss surgery?
Because I'm too heavy and I can't do it without it.
Dr. Now is like, newsflash, buddy. Surgery ain't gonna do a damn thing if you don't get your eating habits under control. You're 40 years old. You are responsible for your eating and your health, not grandma. Grandma dead and gone.
Hey, so you decided already what the solution is for your problem. But I got news for you. That solution is not the solution for your problem. Your problem is you're eating this, and surgery does not correct eating this.
Okay, I understand that.
I hope you do, because before we even consider any weight loss surgery, I will need to see evidence that you're willing to put forth the effort to change.
Jeanne claims she is ready to change, so Dr. Now asks what she eats. She claims that she don't eat lunch.
You are responsible for your behavior, and you are responsible for your eating habit, and surgery is not going to correct that.
No, but it'll give me the tool to help with it. I want to do something about it. I want to have a better life. I want to be able to take care of my mom and do what she needs me to do and be there for her. And I want to be able to have some kind of life that I never had a chance to.
Okay, tell me a typical day. What do you eat?
My dad likes to make eggs and cheese and toast.
Okay, so you eat for lunch usually. What do you eat?
I normally don't eat lunch.
Whatever label you're giving it, what do you eat
Well,
then?
we could call it dinner, but...
Girl, you may not call it lunch, but you're definitely eating lunch. Probably 2 lunches. Jeanne and her mom claim that they've cut back on the soda and all they eat is oranges and lean meat and turkey bacon and shit.
Like if we get pizza, I'll have all the pizza except for 2 slices because I'm hungry.
Okay, so then after that, what do you eat?
If I get hungry, I'll have like an orange.
Then after that?
That's it.
That's a lot, but you're still leaving a lot out because that will get you up to over 700 pounds. So you're already blaming your weight on other things, and now you're lying to me about how much you eat. Mom, what's your role in all her eating? Are you part of any of that feeding that she does and eating and all that?
I usually make like spaghetti or chili. I kind of put a stop to the soda. Maybe twice a week, we eat a lot of oranges, a lot of lean meat, and that's about it.
Dr. Now was like, y'all are both lying. Y'all are gonna have to stop the cap and lock in if you want to do this now.
That all sounds healthy. From everything you both are telling me, there's no reason Jeanne should be anywhere close to the weight she's at. So if you both are going to lie to me, then we have a very serious dysfunctional issue that will lead to Jeanne's death if that doesn't change.
Okay.
And Jeanne, you're going to have to be the one who start doing what's needed if you want anything to change. Those are choices that you have to make now. You think you can do that?
I know I can.
Okay.
And while Dr. Now is lecturing them, Jeanne is getting antsy, like she's breathing all hard, she's shifting around in her chair, and Dr. Now was like, well, what the hell wrong with you?
You are going to be responsible for your eating habit.
Yeah, that's fine.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, but what's going on right now? You're breathing heavy and you're shifting around. Are you in pain right now?
Yeah, because I have a sore on my leg.
Let me take a look at it.
Yeah, she's got these big lumps on her legs and they bleed. And I can't bandage it because the skin is damaged.
That's when they tell him about her leg, and Jeanne bends that ass over once again because she loves doing that and drops them draws. Doctor now looks back there at that thing and he's like, damn, that's bad. That is bad. We're gonna have to get you to the hospital after this.
And I can't bandage it because the skin is damaged.
Oh, this really look bad. Very badly infected. How long has it been like that?
A few months.
This is a really bad situation, and we need to address it right now before it gets any worse. All right, I think the best thing will be to get her in the hospital tonight and do some lab work on her and see how things are.
So he puts her on the diet. I didn't catch what the weight loss goal was at first. He'll say it in the clip.
Because this could already be life-threatening for you. And if you don't make changes right now, you're not going to live too long like this.
I understand, I know that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some instruction. That is a 1,200 calorie a day, high protein, low carb diet that I want you to start on immediately. And over the next 2 months, I want you to lose at least 100 pounds. And I'm also going to give you some exercises to start doing so we can get you active again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Jeanne is crying, face all red and shit. I know it's bad. I know I'm running out of time. That's why I thought you could help me.
No more convincing yourself that you have a right to overeat because what's going on in your life, okay?
I haven't convinced myself. I know that this is a big problem, and that's why I've been trying to reach out and try to get help. And that's why I thought that you could help me, because I haven't been able to find anybody else that could.
Well, I'll help you, but it all starts with you. My ability to help you is limited to the effort you're willing to put in.
Dr. Now is like, I'll do the best I fucking can, but you're gonna have to help yourself first. Dr. Now walks out the room, and right off the bat, he is concerned. They are both lying, her legs all fucked up, she has one toe in the grave, and Jeanne is leaving to go to the hospital, and she's like, Dr. Now was really hard on me. I'm already discouraged. The goal is too hard. My legs hurt. Boo hoo hoo.
A number of things have me concerned about Jeanne and her situation right now, because she clearly is not taking her situation seriously if she's willing to lie to me and play games. And her mother is doing the same. But the priority right now is making sure that we get the infection on her leg under control immediately. And if it gets into the bloodstream, she likely won't survive it.
I'm just frustrated and scared. And I feel like Dr. Now was really hard on me. And the goal he gave me seems impossible. So it just feels unfair. And I'm discouraged about how it went. But I'm scared to find out that my leg is so bad and that I already had a severe infection. And I just hope that it's already not at any point where it could kill me and it's already too late.
So it cuts to Jeanne in the hospital. She's been there for a couple days while they get her leg infection under control. They had to scrape away rotting flesh on some Walking Dead shit. They also have had her on a controlled diet, and she is not happy about it. Okay, there's no soda, no salt, or nothing.
I've been in the hospital a couple of days, and it hasn't been a pleasant experience so far. They've been having to clean out the big infection in my leg to help get rid of some dead flesh. And Dr. Now has also had me on a controlled diet while I'm here. So that was an abrupt change that I wasn't expecting. And that's made dealing with all of this extra hard. So I'm just ready to be home.
Jeanne gets up to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden she's calling Mama in there talking about she's bleeding. And I'm just like, well, what now? Mama and the cameraman round that corner, and all we see is blood just pooling all over the bathroom floor, where the friction of her fat has done ripped her wounds open. And I'm just like, God damn.
Because being here is really hard.
Oh, that's a lot of blood. I haven't seen that much blood before.
May I help you, please?
She's bleeding a lot. I need somebody in here.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it hurts. I'm sure it does, honey. Just don't mess with it. Well, I wanted to try to stop the bleeding. It's just pouring out.
Where are you bleeding from?
Your leg hurts. Okay.
You would always have been that much?
No, it's never bled this much. My first thought when I came around the corner and saw the blood on the floor was panic. It did startle me, but I try not to let her see if I'm scared or whatever.
I mean, Jeanne was leaking. The nurses and Dr. Now come in to stop the bleeding and get her patched up. And Dr. Now starts snitching on them. He is like, yeah, her hygiene is absolutely atrocious.
Hi, Jeanne, how are you doing?
Okay, thank you.
I see that you started some bleeding from that mass in your leg, huh?
Yes.
Once we got Jeanne in the hospital, we were able to get a better look at the sore she has on her leg. To see that infection she has is very severe. Her overall hygiene seems to be extremely poor. Her mom says she's been trying to keep Jeanne clean, but she's not washing her every time she uses the bathroom, so there is feces on the back of her leg and in the cracks and her sores. And she has some dead flesh around it that we have to remove. And her skin is so deteriorated in that area that it's gonna take a while for us to get it to heal properly.
So this girl had dookie all in the cracks and crevices and folds back there. And at this point, I'm like, can this bitch get any nastier? And unfortunately, the answer is yes. Dr. Now says they're gonna teach them healthy hygiene habits, but she also has to quit smoking and lose weight rapidly.
But we're gonna need to keep you here on antibiotic for at least a couple of weeks to make sure your infection is cleared up enough to where it's safe to send you home. And we'll teach you and your mom how to keep it clean properly to make sure it doesn't come back once we get you going in the right direction. But two things is gonna be very important for you to do, okay?
Okay.
One, your blood tests show you smoke, but that has to stop now. So if you continue to smoke, then your leg won't heal and will lead to many other health issues in your condition. So no more. Got it?
Okay.
The other thing is, it's very important that you start to lose weight immediately to reduce the strain on your body.
So Jeanne has to go home, right? Stop smoking, stop eating, and stop stinking, all at the same time. And I think it's going to be too much for her. I think like the bathing is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back for her. Doctor Now decides that he's going to get her weight checked because she's been on the controlled diet.
Okay, we have had you on a controlled diet, and you told us you're not happy about that.
No, I'm not.
But let's get your weight check and see what kind of progress you're making after being on 1,200 calories for a couple of days. All right, Jeanne.
That's falling.
685. So
20 pounds.
you lost 17 pounds in just a few days, huh?
Yeah.
And she has dropped 17 pounds in just a couple of days. Dr. Now is like, see, now it should be easy for you to drop 100 pounds by your next appointment.
See, sticking with the diet is going to help you to lose weight rapidly.
Yeah.
You see what you're capable of if you stick to the diet, and then once we get your infection doing better, we get you home. And you need to lose 100 pounds by your next appointment, okay?
All right, thank you, Doctor.
All right.
And Jean's like, okay. She crawls back in bed, booty butt naked. She says that she's not happy about being up in this hospital where everything is clean and sterile and shit. She wants to go home where she can live in filth and peace and start the diet there. You know they're gonna stop for another big gulp on the way home.
I'm glad I'm getting my leg treated before it got even worse. I just really, really want to go home and start my diet there. Back in a place where I'm comfortable and that's familiar. But until then, I don't really have a choice. I have to put up with this and get through it if I want to live.
Month 2 and Jeanne is back at home doing some diamond dots. She's still laying in that nasty ass bed. She said the hospital was miserable, but she is back at home with the bugs and boo-boo, and she feels safe.
After a couple of weeks in the hospital, Dr. Now let me come home, and I was really happy to get out of there. Being in the hospital was so miserable because they were constantly doing things to my legs, and I couldn't even smoke. But there were some good things that came out of it because they helped get rid of all the dirt and dead skin around the sore on my leg and cleared up my infection enough to come home. So my leg is feeling better. And I told my mom I'd take on one chore where I feed the dogs and give them their food and water every day to help motivate me to get up.
We have 9 dogs.
So doing that gives me a good amount of exercise for the day without making my sore worse or bleed.
The staff taught them how to clean her up properly, so Jeanne is still bending it over and Mama is back there getting way too close up on that thing.
But the doctor said I have to make sure I clean it every day, especially after every single time I use the bathroom. And they also showed my mom how to do it better. Dr. Now said with how bad we let it get and how much damage is done to the skin around there, it's going to take months to fully heal. But no matter what it takes, my mom and I want to do everything we can for me to get better.
It's bleeding a little.
She said she lost 53 pounds in the hospital, so all she has to do is drop another 50 pounds before her next appointment. That should be easy work for someone of her size, someone of her magnitude. So we see Mama put this big ass ball of ground beef in the pan, and they're gonna make her some big ass burger bowl with a cup of Kraft cheddar cheese on that bitch.
While I was in the hospital and on the controlled diet, I was able to lose 53 pounds. So when I left, I was down to 649, and Dr. Now said they helped me get halfway to my goal. So all I need to do is lose the other half on my own before my next appointment. But my mom has been focusing on only making meals with lots of protein. And I'm trying to make sure there are no carbs in my diet at all, because I really want to lose the weight and get healthy again. Because I know Dr. Now is probably right, and that I don't have a lot of time. So I have to do this now, before it's too late.
Does that look like 400 calories to you? That's about a pound of beef. The next thing we know, we are back at Dr. Now's office for this weigh-in. And Jeanne is looking sick to her damn stomach. Legs shaking and gyrating. That's the most exercise she's done all month.
I'm back in Houston with my mom to see Dr. Now for my next appointment. It was hard getting back here again. But I'm hoping this appointment goes better than the first one, because I don't want to end up back in the hospital. But my mom and I have worked hard to make sure my leg gets better and that it doesn't get infected again. So my concern is mostly making sure I get approved for weight loss surgery today.
Jeanne Covey?
She gets on the scale. Remember, all she had to do was lose 50 pounds. This heifer has gained 30 pounds back.
How's that possible? I knew my mom and I made all the changes and worked really hard.
Oh, please, bitch. You know you were eating crazy again. That's why you were vibrating in the waiting room like that. Dr. Now comes in and confronts her. He is like, so how in the hell did you gain 30 pounds?
All right, Jeanne. We got you in the hospital and you lost 53 pounds, halfway to your goal. So all you needed to do was lose the remaining 50 pounds in 6 weeks on your own to get down to your overall goal I gave you. But instead, you gained back 29 pounds.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
I mean, I had a day that I went over the 1,200 calories.
So one bad day, you gained 30 pounds? Is that what you're telling me now? When you're on diet and eating what you should. So there's no way you're eating 1,200 calories. There's no way you're eating 2,000 calories. There's no way you're eating 4,000 calories.
Dr. Now is like, one day? Nah, big boy. You were eating over 4K every day. You were at ultra HD levels of eating. Jeanne admits she messed up and she's not gonna do it again, and Dr. Now is like, you said that the first time, bitch. Well, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
That math doesn't add up.
Right. Yeah, I messed up. I didn't do it properly, and I'm going to work harder. That's all I have to say. I messed up.
Okay, what I want to know is why I should believe that when you have every chance to do it, but you're still lying to me. You're overeating, eating too much.
Okay, I won't overeat anymore. I will make sure that it's the
what is-
1,200 calories because I'm going to prove you wrong that I can do this.
Dr. Now was like, you said you were serious and ready to make changes. If it weren't for me, they would be building a 5 feet wide casket for your ass right now.
You told me 2 months ago that you will do it. And until you're willing to be honest, not much will change. And if you hadn't come to see me the first time and haven't had your infection treated, you'll be dead. The only way that you're gonna survive is if you start to take this seriously. But you're not. And you're not focused on doing this.
If I wasn't focused, I wouldn't have stopped smoking and I wouldn't have stopped soda.
See? What did I tell y'all? I told y'all there's no way this girl was mature enough and responsible enough to stop smoking, eating, and stinking all at the same time.
Okay, you're giving yourself a really good pass because
No, I'm not giving myself a pass, but it means that I can do it.
that's 2 bad habits you had. You're taking them away, but you're not making any progress, and you think this is something that we should...
I didn't get fat overnight, and it's not gonna take a couple weeks or a month or whatever. Everybody's different.
Jeanne's like, well, it's not gonna come off overnight. Well, yeah, especially if you keep eating a cow's worth of beef at a time. Mom was like, well, I think I've been underestimating the food I've been giving her.
The problem is I've been underestimating the amount of food that I've been...
Which part of that you don't understand that...
Oh, I understand, but I didn't realize that I was
You're
doing
overeating
it.
yourself and you overfeeding her too.
I understand that. I'm screwing up.
Now look, in their defense, the whole household looks like they have a group average of a 6th grade education level, so I don't think they know how to measure and count calories. But I'm sure the diet gave them some kind of guidelines on what the portions should look like. Plus, she was on a controlled diet in the hospital. They definitely have an idea of how much she is supposed to be eating. Jeanne is gonna start raising that nasally ass voice of hers, sounding like a squealing pig, getting an attitude, talking back to Dr. Now, talking about he's not understanding her.
You tell me you're gonna do this, Jeanne. What's the difference now and 2 months ago?
Because I'm motivated to do it. I was motivated then to do it.
And then what happened? What went wrong?
If I knew that, I could tell you. I don't know.
I'm telling you what went wrong and why, but you're not listening to me. Instead, you're fighting me and trying to defend yourself for your behavior and telling me that you stopped smoking.
Because you're not understanding.
Dr. Now was like, hold up, hold the hell up. I've been doing this since your mama was a sperm. I've seen 9,000 boss level big backs in my career. Don't you dare try to say that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, I've seen 9,000 people up to this point like you. And you tell me I can't understand you between the 9,000 people that none of them are different than you.
Everybody is not
I
the
do
same.
understand you. Everybody's different. But the instruction for everybody is the same. Look, help is you. It's not me.
The fact that he has to talk down like a little kid to these 40-year-old people is astounding. Jeanne starts acting up, crying and talking shit.
If I didn't know I had a problem, I wouldn't be here to begin with. I know that this is my last chance. I know that I'm dying. I know that I'm not gonna make it if I don't get help. And I'm trying to do whatever I can. So I messed up. I'm sorry.
And Dr. Now was like, okay, drop a cool 100 pounds then. Since you want to prove me wrong so damn bad, I dare you. I double dog dare you, bitch, to come back here and drop a cool 100. And Jeanne was like, okay, bet. I got your 100.
Okay, then lose 100 pounds in 2 months, then I believe you.
Okay, so I will cut it, what I'm eating now, in half. And hopefully that will be the whole 1,200 calories.
You need to cut it a lot more than that. But I'm gonna give you another chance. So prove me wrong. Show me you're ready to do this.
And Dr. Now is like, okay, see you in 2 months. When you come back here, have my numbers.
Okay?
Okay.
I'll see you both in 2 months. In that time, lose 100 pounds. If you want to move ahead with weight loss surgery.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Jeanne leaves. She's like, Dr. Now is really unfair, but I'm gonna shove this progress up his ass the next time I see him.
Dr. Now isn't being fair at all, but I'm going to prove him wrong. And I'm going to do better and lose the weight I need. And then I'm going to shove my progress in his face, and it's going to feel really, really good to do that.
Why is she so damn vindictive? Like, everything is about getting revenge to her. Like, I thought I was petty. Month 4 and we are back at the toxic trailer. Jeanne claims she has been working her ass off to prove Dr. Now wrong. She's eating her eggs, she's doing her exercises.
I'm determined to show Dr. Now that I'm going to do this.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So I'm eating a lot better. And my mom has cut back on a lot of stuff that she makes for me. In some ways, I feel like I was back at the hospital with how small my meals are, but I'm doing whatever I need this time. I've also been making sure I do my exercises every single day. My leg has been hurting a lot, and I'm scared I'm going to make the sore a lot worse. So I've been focusing on doing what I can in bed. My next appointment with Dr. Now is in about a month, and I can't wait to go back and show him all my progress and how well I've done. So he'll see how he was wrong. And then he'll owe me and my mom an apology for how he treated us.
Bitch, you think Dr. Now is gonna apologize for a damn thing when he's doing your big ass a favor? You need to apologize to him for coming in his practice, contaminating every damn thing. Next thing you know, we are back at Dr. Now's office just like that. I guess the only clean thing she had to put on was some damn pajamas. The goal was to lose 100 pounds.
My mom and I are in Houston again for my 3rd appointment with Dr. Now. And this time, I'm feeling a lot more confident about my progress. At my last appointment 2 months ago, I was 678. And Dr. Now gave me the same goal of losing 100 pounds in 2 months. So that means I should be below 578 today.
She gets on that scale, it calculates up. She's lost 8 damn pounds. All this girl did was switch to thin crust pizza.
That can't possibly be right. I know my mom and I worked extremely hard to make sure I ate right and did everything I needed. So this just doesn't make any sense and I don't know what to do. But I'm really frustrated and upset. So I don't want to be here right now, and I just want to get this appointment over with so we can go home.
Dr. Now comes in and he's like, well, at least you didn't gain. But how in the hell did you only lose a pound a week? Jeanne starts coming out with this excuse that both her and her mom have some complications and they have some painful stomach shit going on.
All right, so you were given the same goal as the first time to lose 100 pounds in 2 months.
Yes, sir.
Instead, you lost 8 pounds. The only positive with that is that at least you didn't gain, but it's not much of a loss. So what is your excuse this time?
I try to push myself as much as I possibly can, but I've started having a lot of pain with the lump on the side of my stomach, and my mom started having complications from a surgery she had last year.
Now, Mom lifts up her shirt, and what you are about to see literally made me scream while I was watching this and taking notes. I'm not even kidding. The noise that left my body was a noise I've never made before. I yelled so loud that Nova and my other pets came to check on me. I'm about to play the clip, but you have been warned.
What complications are you having, Barbara?
It's really bothering me. And I can feel it still tearing. I'm trying to be real careful with it. But I see a lot of movement in here, and then there's still that little part there that's not healing.
That's starting to get infected and is opening up. And if it does that, then your intestine will be exposed. So that is a serious issue that could be life-threatening for you.
What kind of Stranger Things shit is that? This lady got a damn demogorgon growing out her tummy. Like, what is that? Just throw the whole stomach away. Dr. Now says it's infected. Then we go over to Jeanne, and she got some big, nasty, infected lump too.
But let me see where you're hurting, Jeanne.
Oh, it's open there.
Yeah, you have infection too. So I'm gonna arrange for medical transport and get you both in the hospital.
Well, I'll be goddamn, what the hell is going on here? And now it's like, all right, this is just ridiculous. This is the worst case of nasty ass itis I've ever seen. I'm putting you both back in the hospital, and hopefully we can get this figured out before your nastiness kills you both.
So I'm gonna arrange for medical transport and get you both in the hospital to find out the extent of what's going on with you both before your poor hygiene kills you. Jeanne, your body cannot take any additional strain right now. But Barbara, you're gonna end up just as bad off if you don't take care of yourself either.
Okay.
So I'll see you both over there shortly, okay?
Thank you.
And this is the first time I've ever seen Dr. Now more concerned about the hygiene than the weight. Dr. Now leaves the room saying he will meet them at the hospital. He's like, I can't even deal with this shit. I'm sending her to therapy. She's delusional and dirty. I'm hoping that the therapy does something for her ass because this is a damn disaster.
Once again, there is no improvement with Jeanne's situation. And at this point, I'm very concerned that we're not going to be able to get her to wake up and take this seriously in time. And there is no way she can keep going like this. So the next and final step we can try is to send her to psychotherapy. And maybe that will help to start to break her of the delusion she refuses to give up. And now her mom has similar issue because of their overall lack of proper hygiene and attention to their health. So before we do anything else, we need to get them both admitted to the hospital.
This is all becoming a nightmare. All I need is weight loss surgery. And not only did I not get my approval, I have to go back into the hospital with my mom. So I'm extremely disappointed and depressed. And I'm scared I'm going to run out of time.
So we are back at the hospital once again. They got Jeanne all wrapped up in the blue sterile sheets, trying to get her lump infection under control. But Dr. Now is actually more worried about Jeanne's mom.
Jeanne has had a really bad infection, so we are putting an IV in her to start her on some antibiotic to try to prevent it from getting any worse. But I'm actually more worried about Barbara right now. It seems she had surgery about a year ago for perforated colon, but it hasn't healed right and she developed a hernia there, and she hasn't had it treated. So at this point, the wound is infected and starting to open back up to where her intestine will soon be exposed.
Because apparently she has complications from an older issue where she had a ruptured colon. I don't know about you, but I didn't even know a colon could rupture. Like, colons hold dookie, so did she just have dookie floating around in her system? I don't know. All I know is now she has an infection and a hernia or some shit like that, and she has to get surgery.
So she's at a crucial point where if we don't take action and perform surgery on her to address that right now, it's gonna kill her soon. So we are working to try and save both Jeanne and Barbara right now.
Come in.
Hey, Jeanne.
Hello, doctor.
Well, your infection is already pretty severe, so it's going to take a while for it to clear up. But it's going to take a little longer for your mom to be ready to go, because we need to do surgery on her tomorrow to address her issues with the wound she has. She has an infection too, and some other issues with her intestine being stuck to the scar tissue that had advanced to a very dangerous place with her. So surgery is our only option to address that, and we need to do that now to make sure she's okay.
Does she have, like, really good chances?
We're gonna take very good care of her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'll check on you soon. In the meantime, we're gonna see if we can get you in better shape, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, thank you.
This is the first time that Dr. Now has to do surgery on one of the family members instead of the star of the show. Mom goes in for surgery. Dr. Now said it was a damn war zone in her stomach, but since he is the gastro goat, he got her fixed up, and he reports the good news to Jeanne.
It should take Barbara 4 to 5 days before she's in a good place to be able to leave the hospital. And about the same amount of time for us to get Jeanne's infection cleared up enough for her to leave too. All right, your mom's surgery went very well. And we got her hernia fixed, and we took all that extra skin, all through the skin off.
So it was a big mess.
It was a big mess, yeah. It was a very big mess.
Okay.
But we'll see how she does with healing, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Hey, so the doctor just came in and said that the surgery went very well and they got everything fixed up.
A few days later, and both of our grimy girlies are finishing up their recovery, and they should be able to go home in a week or so. However, they have not been able to get a hold of Dad to update him on the situation, and they're starting to get worried.
Doctor now says my infection has cleared up enough for me to go home. So the only thing I'm waiting on is for my mom to recover enough to be discharged. We've been trying to let my dad know that we'll be home soon, but he hasn't been picking up. So my mom and I are hoping we get a hold of him soon.
I'm like, have they checked under the bridges and in the caves? The next day, they still have not heard from Dad. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on with Dirt Daddy back at home? So they decide to have the police do a wellness check.
I just want to get a hold of my dad and make sure everything's all right. So we called the police to do a welfare check and try and find out what's going on. So the sheriff is going over right now to do that. But I'm just starting to get worried. Yes. Yes, ma'am, but the door's not locked. Just please tell them to not hurt the dogs. Yeah, there's no weapons at all. We don't know what happened. I was wondering if maybe he ran out of minutes on his phone, or maybe he's had a tendency of washing his phone in the washing machine.
They're both trying to convince themselves it's no big deal. Maybe he just ran out of minutes on his phone. That's what it is, all right? He ran out of minutes on his straight talk plan.
Are they there now?
They're on the way. They just wanted to know if Dad ever acted out. Probably something simple.
Yeah, hopefully he just ran out of minutes on his phone.
It'll be okay.
The police called Jeanne back, and the phone conversation is not sounding good.
Hello? Yes. Yes. That's my dad. I don't know. Was he in the back bedroom?
Is he okay?
No. Did he look like maybe he passed in his sleep? Okay.
We're in Houston. I have to find a way to get home. Are the dogs okay?
Can you just, I don't know, have somebody come and get him, I guess?
Get him from where? Get your dad?
No, I'm not talking about that. Come and get my dad. Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Will somebody stay there?
Bye. Got a funeral service coming to get him.
Turns out, in a tragic turn of events, the daddy has up and died, and the mom is in shambles. Jeanne is pretty upset.
The sheriff's told me that my dad, in fact, was deceased. It looked like he just went to sleep and just didn't wake up. I don't think it has really hit me. It's a lot to process. I'm worried about my mom. She's really upset. She's loved him for like 40 years. She's doing, I guess, well as can be expected.
And this sucks, you know? They're both just recovering some surgeries and their own medical emergencies, and now suddenly they have lost Pops. And Doctor now comes in and he's like, Barb, I'm so sorry, hon. You know, we'll arrange some transportation for you guys to get back home, and we'll do everything we can for you.
Barbara, I'm so sorry. I just heard about your husband. Do you know what happened?
They said it looked like he just went to sleep and didn't wake up.
I'm so sorry. I gather that you need to get back home as soon as possible.
I said, okay.
Let me make some arrangement to get some medical transport for you to get you home safely, okay? All right, we make arrangement for you to get back home,
Thank you,
okay?
Doc. I appreciate it.
Sorry about your loss. If either of you need anything, let me know. And I'll see you both soon. You take care.
Dr. Now is like, as much as this is a sad situation, their own damn health statuses are still in a really bad, shaky place. And I'm worried that this is just going to cause them to completely unravel. They already don't like bathing. They're damn sure not going to touch a soap and rag after this. The next thing we know, Jeanne and Mom are traveling back home. Solemn music is playing. Jeanne says that she's not focused on the diet and it's the last thing on her mind.
My mom and I are going home. We've been on the road for a few hours. And we're thankful Dr. Now arranged for a medical transport. And we're about an hour out from home. I just can't believe he's gone. And to be honest, the diet is the last thing I'm worried about right now. How can I really even worry about that when I'm going through one of the most painful moments of my life?
Now, is that understandable? Yes, but when it's this bad, okay, when you're a cheeseburger away from meeting up with your daddy again, you have to do the hard thing and at least try not to go crazy. At least do the bare minimum with your diet and exercise. Mom said that she never thought this was gonna happen.
But my mom is still recovering from her surgery. And I'm still getting over the last part of my infection. So we have to be careful. We've stopped a couple times because Dr. Now told my mom she needs to get out every hour and walk a little to keep her blood flowing. So she doesn't get a blood clot so soon after surgery.
What were you thinking about?
Dad said that he wanted to be cremated.
Oh, I didn't ever think I was gonna have to go through this. I'm dreading going home. I never thought my husband wouldn't be there to meet me.
Never? Like never ever? Like it never crossed your mind that this man right here, who was already looking like a living apocalypse, like I'm just keeping it real, it never crossed your mind that he might die one day? I don't know, maybe it's just me and my fucked up brain, but I think about this stuff all the time. Like every time I crank up my car to go somewhere, I'm like, well, this could be it. They get home and they arrive to 10 dogs and a dead dad. Ain't that a bitch? And the house is in shambles. I mean, it's always in shambles, but now it's even worse because the poor dogs have torn up the furniture.
We're finally home. I can't believe this is happening. And the only thing I want to do right now is eat enough to make the pain go away.
No,
But there's nothing to eat here. So I just want to go to bed.
A few days later, Jeanne is laying in bed all depressed. The house is still a mess, couch stuffing everywhere. That shit will probably sit there for years before it's cleaned up. And they have already decided that they're not going back to Houston and not doing the program anymore. It's just too much to handle.
I talked to my mom, and we both decided we're not going back to Houston. With my dad gone, we can't leave the dogs alone. And I can't go by myself. So I'm just not in a place to be able to do Dr. Now's program. I know I have to lose weight, and I don't have a lot of time if I don't. But I don't know what I can do about it right now. So Dr. Now wants me to talk to a therapist to discuss how I'm feeling and the decisions I'm making.
So she does agree to do the therapy call, and the therapist basically tells her to go ahead and have her feelings and have her moment, but don't let this halt your entire life. It's hard, but it is what it is. She has her health and her mom's health to worry about.
Hi, this is Jeanne Covey.
Hi, Jeanne. So let me start by saying I'm so sorry for the loss of your father.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And Jeanne, how's all of you been coping with this?
My mom's been having a hard time. We've done a lot of praying and everything, and I'm just, I don't think I've really had a time to grieve yet.
And that is completely normal for you to feel that way. What's important is that you allow yourself to have your feelings. After that happens, you'll be able to focus on your life and what you need to do to feel whole again.
Right.
when something like death happens, it can make you want to retreat from life and just stop everything.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Jeanne. Goodbye.
But basically, as usual, that goes in one waxy ear and out the other because Jeanne has already made up her mind that this is not the right time for her to give up food. That means she's about to eat herself silly over this.
I appreciated her call and what she was saying, but no one really understands how hard this is and how much it hurts. So right now, I know the best decision for me to just stay here and focus on getting past this. And maybe in the future, if I have the chance, I can try to get help and weight loss surgery again. But right now, it's not the right time for me to give up food. I'm not in a place physically or mentally to do that. But I'm proud of how hard I tried and how hard I pushed myself to do as much as I did. And this is definitely one of those situations where the circumstances are outside of my control.
Talking about she's proud of how far she came. Girl, you lost a total of 8 pounds on your own. And that was over 2 months. All your other weight loss was from being on the controlled diet, okay, on food probation and the hospital. But Jeanne is now using this as a reason to completely give up. Now, is it a damn good excuse? Yes. I don't know what it's like to lose a parent, but I'm sure it fucks you all the way up. But it's still an excuse. She didn't even have the mental fortitude and motivation to do this before the tragedy stuck. It's not like this threw her off course. She was never on course. Now this is just the push she needed to just completely let go and continue her destructive habits and basically judgment free, because who is going to judge her when her dad just died? The answer is me, okay? I will. For basically all the reasons I said before. I'll be the asshole that says this is not a free pass to neglect her own health, as sad as it is.
So I just have to accept the fact that I'm done with Dr. Now's program. But I have faith that there's an option to help me out there and that somehow I'm going to find it. It's not over yet for me. This door may be closed, but another one will open. So I'm just waiting for my next opportunity. And I have to trust that if I'm patient, I'll still have the chance to work hard to get the life I want.
So this is how the episode ends, on a sad note of tragedy and grief. Oh, but that's not the end of the story, and definitely not the end of the drama, because honey, Jeremy Jeanne eventually returned.
Honestly, I think I'm doing a lot better with my dad being dead. It turns out that he was cheating on my mom. He was talking to other women while my mom was in the hospital and using the last of our money on a dating site with my dad. I'm glad he's gone.
We did an emergency surgery on Barbara about a month ago, but it sounds like Barbara hasn't been following any of direction to keep her sutures clean for the past month, to where now she appears to have an infection that is life-threatening, but is going to take a lot of work to fix the damage she has caused.
I need the surgery, and it's not my fault that my dad died after everything I've been through. It's not right. It's not fair.
I'm not seeing any evidence you're going to stop making excuses.
If my body's craving something, I'm sorry. I didn't think orange juice would. I did, sir.
Your body's craving to be 600 pounds.
No, it's not.
Because everything is not going perfect for your life. We understand that.
No, obviously you don't.
We do.
No,
but you're not the only one.
You don't know what I've been through, but that's okay. No, because I'm tired. I'm tired of sitting here and saying that I'm overeating.
Oh yes, the Where Are They Now episode for Jeanne is just as good as the original episode. Don't feel too bad for Jeanne's loss, because she sure as hell doesn't. However, we don't have time to go into the Where Are They Now episode today. If you want me to do a video on the Where Are They Now episode and provide an update on what Jeanne is up to these days in 2025, then I'm gonna need y'all to like up this video and let me know in the comments below, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to really advocate if you want me to go in and do this next episode on Jeanne. Now let's close this video out with a quick analysis and reflection. That's right, it's time for Momo's mindful moment, but this one is going to be really short and sweet. Today's mindful moment theme is all about resilience. Look, I'll be the first one to say that I'm not into hustle culture, okay? I don't believe you should work yourself to the bone. Personally, I think it's all about balance, but I do believe in resilience. The art of moving forward even when every step is weighing you down. The art of getting back up every time you fall and bouncing back better. Learning from your mistakes, coming back bigger and better, and still going for your goals even when the going gets tough. And the reason why I believe in resilience, because I know how powerful it is. There is a lot of power in not giving up. There's a lot of power in getting back up over and over again. Anytime you fall off the ladder, get back on. Learn from what you did last time. Learn the reason why you fell off the ladder. Apply that to this next turn. If you keep doing that, you're eventually gonna get to where you want to go. And trust me, the reward that waits for you at the end of that goal, yes, the reward itself is great, but what's even more rewarding, what's even more better is how you feel on the inside, the accomplishment that you feel on the inside from what you have gone through to get there. That's why Miley Cyrus said, it's not about the top of the mountain, baby. It's about the climb. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Again, if you want me to do Jeanne's Where Are They Now episode, like the video up right now and let me know. Please make sure you subscribe because my cat Nova is watching you. And if you don't subscribe, she's coming for that backside. Also, make sure to hype up the video if the hype button's there. I don't know what YouTube's doing with it, but if you see the option to hype, please go ahead and hype it up. If you made it all the way to the end, say something like resilience is power or some cheesy shit like that in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I wake up and I eat, my enabler brings a feast. Blame my trauma, blame my past, blame my anxiety. Call doctor now, tell him lies, throw a fit and then I cry. Yeah, I know it's do or die, but you don't know what it's like. Let me tell you about my 600-pound life.